I sound like a broken record, but guys, we did it again. And first off, I would like to thank all of you for your support. Your likes, your comments, your follows, everything you do helps us out. And if you haven't, please find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. Wild Dakota TV is the handle. Vern, myself, and our favorite American family insurance agent, Mike Tejan, encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to multi-species fishing. I might have to say this twice. We're going to pull cranks for panfish. That's right, you heard it. Cranks for panfish in today's Wild Dakota.
Something a little outside of the box to put fish in the box. Very unique presentation. What we're actually doing is we're going to be pulling small plugs on top of and to the edge of weed lines, and today we are pursuing panfish. So we're actually trolling for panfish. We're just using a very small, in this case Selmo Hornet, and this dives down about 4 feet, and we're going to be on an 8-foot weed line, and we're going to be catching crappies, bluegills, perch, maybe a walleye, maybe a big pike.
Mike and I were talking nearly 14 years ago. One of the first adventures that we ever went on solely between us two was pulling cranks for panfish.
Just getting to our destination here where we're going to start pulling crankbaits, and one of the things you want to look for when you're pulling crankbaits is keep an eye on the tip of the rod. We want to see a real fast action. We're going to show that to you folks in a little bit, what that looks like. But what often happens, especially since we're fishing a weed line, you really have to keep an eye, because if your rod tip is not doing this or this, you're dragging weeds. And again, these fish are all about weeds right now, so we're going to keep a close eye on these crankbaits, on these rods, and we should hook up pretty quick here.
We were on the river fishing walleyes this weekend. Now it's panfish, and I think that's got to be one of my favorites, other than catfish and pike. But panfish are right up there. And we're going to try and catch, I don't know if we're going to keep a limit. We definitely aren't going to keep the bulls. We're going to put all the big ones back, and we're going to eat the averages.
However, I am a carnivore, so I'm going to try and keep what we can within reason, because it's a holiday weekend and I'm having a fish fry on Sunday.
Again, if you just want to take a real close look here, folks, just what I'm looking at over the side of the boat is we have a big weed bed here. I'm going to be right on the outside of those weeds catching these fish on the outside edge of it.
50 and 40, you say?
Yeah, 40 outside.
Out the back.
So what we're going to do is we're going to vary our distances on our lines. So we're going to let one line out 40 foot, another line out 50, another line out 60, maybe let one out 30. We're varying the distances, and when one rod continuously goes and the others are weeding up or not catching any, we'll make that adjustment. But that's what you want to do when you're pulling these cranks, is you want to mix it up, fish different depths until you get it all figured out.
A tiny little light crank doesn't pull line out like a number 5 or a number 7.
And if you guys are going to want to get some underwater of the weeds, I'll just stay in them a little bit. You imagine, I mean, bass fishing, all we do, Vern, like on that pocket right there is drop a worm right there. This is some of the best bass fishing the weeds have been years.
Yeah, let's do one more shot while we're here.
Here's some right here.
Oh, right here. Here's another one coming up, Jeff, on the left. Out the side, Mike?
You're gonna let like 40, 45 out the side. Oh, there I got fish. I'm just letting it out. I got fish already. I was just letting it out, and lo and behold, a fish. And look at that, Jeff, just what you're hunting. Look at this.
Ooh, look at that. That is Sunday's lunch.
Crappies on crankbaits. And again, you know, we're just kind of watching them, and these fish are up. And it takes about 2.5 to 3 seconds when you are letting line out. You see fish right there. Now they come a lot bigger than that, but really for eating, that's a really nice little fish. Nice fillet there, especially when you have it skins it. But again, I was just letting line out. I had 30 feet of line out and hooked up on a fish. Oftentimes we don't have the ability to fish 4 rods here. So there you go, Jeff. There's number 1, and you want to keep track.
That's right here. Flicker.
You want to keep track of the panfish you catch. So that's number 1. Quick and easy.
Fish on. Oh, and he got off.
Pop.
Pop. Yep. Almost had a back-to-back. I'm gonna take it in, make sure it's clear, and reset.
The thing is, you know, pulling these crankbaits and we're catching crappies, we're gonna tear out of a lot of crappies. As many as we catch, we're gonna lose.
40 and 50, right?
40 and 50, yeah. And yeah, you gotta kind of peel out those back ones.
We got two fish on.
Reel it slow, and because these are crappies, you'll tear out of their mouth a lot. So just bring them in nice and slow to the boat, because we'll lose as many as we catch, which isn't a bad thing. But you know, when you get about the distance from the rod, just lift her in nice and slow. And Vern, you just caught a nice crappie on a crankbait. And there's one on that rod here. He's dragging right behind the boat.
We got a double going.
Yep. So get that one in the box.
I'll grab him. I got it on autopilot. So we got the neat thing about crappies too is they're schooling fish. So, you know, we've got, whoops, come on buddy. We've got a nice one coming right here. And he's not hooked real good, but we got him, okay? So, again, these are the perfect eating variety of crappies.
A pair of crappies. Cool.
And
you were right. This is fun. This is excitement, man.
that's 3.
3 already. I think we got to have a designated clicker.
There we go. So the key is trying to stay out of make sure you stay out of the weeds.
Probably
That's a weed it up.
There's one. There's a fish. There's a fish. That is definitely a fish.
Yeah, he's on there, Bernie. Oh, there's one on that line too.
Oh.
We get a double header again. We got one on this rod too. What do you got there, Vern? You got a perch? I think so. And we've got on this rod, that's a little perch. Got a crappie
And
on
another
this one.
crappie. Oh, you cheated.
I took the rod with a crappie on it.
Slow down, buddy. Slow down. I can see one thing, Mike. I'm going to need a pliers handy.
Oh, I had some right there.
Yeah, Jeff. Okay.
Here we go. Here we go. We only have one rod out, Vern.
We had 4. That's all there is to it. But that one's going to go back to grow up. And this one was the stumpy out the back, right?
Yep, short one's out the back. I just got to get my my track. Oh, there's boom. There's just like freaking fish clobbers it. Look, Vern, I got another one.
I'm got Murphy showed up here.
There's a walleye. Okay, little walleye. But in this particular lake, Lake Cochrane, It's actually one of my favorite walleye lakes to fish in the spring. You can see there's abundance of forage in this lake and weeds. So, you know, walleyes like food and weeds. Good seed here. There we go. Now we're back on the edge of the weed line.
50 out back?
50 out the back door, Vern.
Gotcha.
Big school of fish right here. We're gonna get hit in about two seconds. There he is. You know, I took my pastor's little boy out here.
Oh, a little walleye.
Little walleye again. I took my pastor's little boy out here, and it takes about 3 seconds for the plug to get behind the boat. And when I would mark fish like that, I can count to 3 and go, here, fishy, fishy, and boop, boop, they bite. So the little guy thinks I can talk to fish. I spent enough time with them, I should learn their language. You got a fish on.
Oh yeah, boy do I.
Do I ever? I got a big one on too. Wow, double.
Passy pass?
Ooh, big fish here.
Yeah, I got a big one too.
This is heavy fish. This is a major leaguer here.
We need to get this on film.
Oh, I'm dragging something sideways there. Oh, I got a big bluegill. Ooh.
Wait a minute, Mike. Wait a minute, Mike.
Crappie's gonna come on.
Oh, you got film, Jeff?
Jeff, fish on! Big. All right, well, Vern and I just went over a nice school, and as I had said a couple of minutes ago, you know, we're gonna get bit because you can see them clean as day, and they're a schooling fish. So Vern's got a crappie coming here, and the key is to bring it in nice and slow. Lift him in, Vern, nice and slow. That's a big crappie. Just pull him in. He had another line, but you can see here how lightly these are called paper mouths for a reason. Right there, you see where the hook was in that fish? So, you know, a lot of times you'll pull out, but that little membrane in the fish, that's what pulls out. So when you're reeling in these crappies and you're pulling cranks, you gotta troll really slow. And you gotta remember a clicker. We're at 7. That was a fun little double there, Bernie. It can be kind of chaotic. Grab that one on the back, Jeff. Still is.
Still is.
What do you got here on this one, Jeff?
We're skiing it in.
Another bluegill.
Another bluegill.
All right, now this is a cool deal. To catch bluegills on crankbaits. Who would have thought, huh?
Right.
And that's actually a pretty nice gill there, Jeff.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the size of that. It's, Jeffrey.
That's a great blue.
That's a really, really nice bluegill,
It is.
you know?
And that's number 8.
Ooh, there, that fish snapped it, boy.
I almost got that one out.
Ooh, they're nice crappie. Oh, white? Ooh.
So that's a blue crappie. That's a blue crappie. This is a unique color, and they have a few of them in this lake. Let's see, I gotta get straight here. Look at the unique colors on that fish. Pretty unique. Beautiful.
What?
I'm on a nice pole here.
This one right here, Dad. On the left.
Yeah.
You on him, Bernie?
I'm on him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, there he is, buddy.
Be crappie. Keep coming, baby.
In the boat?
In the boat.
In the boat.
In the boat. All right, Vern.
Secure the fish. That's what they always say.
Yeah. And then get the hook out just like that.
It's still big enough to put a smile on your face.
And you're covering a lot of water when you're doing this. So you're covering fish that are very active. You're not confined or stuck to one spot.
This one is like nothing. Oh, it's side swiped, spiraling in. Let's see if we can get it up. We're just gonna ski it right on in. No wonder there was a lot of weight for that. Yep. Swiped on the outside of the mouth. And another beautiful fish for the box. Jeez. Just trying to take a little bit of a break and you can't even take a break. Did you click that one?
I clicked it.
Where are we at?
19.
19. So we got 11 fish more to go for our personal limits to split 3 ways.
There
There's
he
one
is.
right there. You want it? You on it?
You
Okay,
got
I
him.
got
You
it.
got him.
Mike is just being super nice again. And I'm going to assume the same
Oh,
things.
there's
Have another
one here.
fish. We got another double right here.
It is fun.
Can you reel with your feet?
This
Yeah.
one is going to break off.
Check this one out. This is a beauty here, JB. I'm gonna
That's
flip him
another
in.
nice one.
Woo! Another crappie. A double.
We caught that double, Jeff.
And that's how we do it. You know what? We had a personal limit set for today. Mike was our host again. We hit it. It's going to get hot. I'm a pasty fat white boy. I'm ready to get out of here.
That's okay.
All right. As always, fish hard, fish safe. Have a successful season. We'll see you next time right here in Wild Dakota, where we're born free, we live wild, and we are
Proud to be Americans.
Would like to quick say thank you for checking out our videos. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. If this is one of your first times, please hit that like, subscribe, or follow, and we hope to see you again. If you would like to help us out, you can buy our swag right here at wilddakota.com, and we'll see you next time right here on Wild Dakota.
It takes a little skill to do this.
Boy, if I was 10 pounds lighter, I'd probably be airborne.
This sucker has power, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.